Missing someone.
What's up, good people? It's your girl Alex here, and we are going to talk about how much overthinking is such a crutch when it comes to changing and just transitioning in our lives, honey. Let's just go ahead and unpack this. Before we dive in, be sure you stay to the end of this video because I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I posted a poll on my Instagram story, and I was merely just trying to get a Q&A started, okay? So you guys have left me some questions, and I'm going to be answering those in today's video. Now, I'm not about to sit up here and say that I have not been struggling with overthinking, especially within the past 2 years. Overthinking is such a crutch if you think about it. Like, the amount of times you think about something so heavily to where it leads you to not doing anything, not making a decision, is really detrimental. And I just want to talk about it because this is where the conversations are about to happen, down right here. Now, when it comes to making a decision, I truly feel that you definitely should think about it, enough to where you feel like it feels secure and you've thought like long and hard on it. But if you're someone who likes to overanalyze, then overthinking is going to lead you into like this downward hole of ineffectiveness, and we do not need that energy in 2022, especially with it being already June, and honey, the year has just flown on by. Okay, so when it comes to overthinking, I just want to talk about some things that we need to focus on so where we can prevent overthinking in our thoughts, and we can have a lot of things done in 2022 in a short amount of time. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but overthinking has some health impacts. And honey, I don't know about you, but I ain't got time to be impacting my health based off my mental state. So I read this article that talked about how overthinking is impacting on like health. So when it comes to anxiety, depression, appetite, hold on now. When you bring up appetite, that's where I got to get involved, honey, because I likes to eat and I don't think I miss any meals. But what I'm saying is, like, just the thought of knowing that that's what overthinking can affect has really allowed me to get myself out of it, okay? When it comes to how hard I'm thinking about something, I had to look back and realize that I started really overthinking when I was running my business, growing here on YouTube, dealing with real life too. Like, outside of creating content and, creating t-shirts, there was still so much going on in my personal life that I was just like, okay, there would be time where I would just sit in my thoughts and hours would go by and I'm sitting there like, oh shoot, I don't even know what I was about to do. Like, I was in this weird trance of, if I don't do this right, or if it doesn't come off correct, or what if people don't like it, just really beating myself up in my mind. And so that's why I really wanted to talk about the struggles of overthinking, because it indeed is a struggle. It's a crutch and you don't need it in your life. So let's just go ahead and keep talking about it, because another thing that overthinking does is that it doesn't get things done. Overthinking does not lead to execution. In fact, it is the exact opposite, because when you're thinking in your thoughts for so long, you don't get anything done. And so what I also realized was that I was not productive. Like, my thoughts was in one place, just piling on top of each other, and it led me to honestly being really nervous. I let fear talk me out of a lot of things. So y'all get what I'm saying? Overthinking is not good for you. However, I know that it's difficult when you are, working on changing your life, when you do want to get better. But I want to just encourage that the minute you feel like you're about to embark on a change, if something doesn't seem very sure and secure for you, try to work on other things in the process, because you don't want to think about just one thought to where you're not getting anything done. Like, no, we're not doing it, okay? And if you're not getting stuff done in your life, then that's going to impede on your growth. And again, we ain't got time for that, boo. I struggled with this for a long time because I would overthink so much in my business that it led me to not even showing up at all. And as a new business owner, that's the last thing you want to do. Like, I know it's nervous being on camera. It's nervous showing up for yourself. Hell, it's nervous even looking at yourself on camera, okay? Let's just call it what it is. These are natural feelings that we all go through when it comes to specifically just being on camera, promoting, especially if you have to be involved to where you're promoting and you're showing yourself. That is nerve-wracking for people, and that leads to overthinking, especially when it comes to thinking about what people are going to think of you. And my friend, do not worry about that. I hope that this video helps you not worry about that as much anymore, because there has been proof over these last 10 years of influencing people starting businesses, child, but you know what I'm saying. Like, there has has been proof that the more you show up, the easier it gets. And also, people are going to start liking you or start to tend to you more because they're seeing you more, and so they're going to acquire a liking for you. Take it for example with YouTube, starting a YouTube channel. I don't want you guys to overthink starting a channel so much to where you're thinking about every little thing and then you do not start. The thing about YouTube is that this is a platform where a lot of people have gone from making really crappy videos to becoming successful and learning along the way. Those same people, maybe not all, but I'm sure a good portion, had the same thoughts of being scared to show up on camera, talking on camera, the mere idea of just hearing our own voice. Like, I know it's kind of cringy, trust me, I deal with it too. But even though I know that these feelings are present, I also know that what I want to do in my life requires that next level of me to showing up, like bossing up and really being the person I see myself as. And so if I were to overthink every single video, every single idea about a video, I would not get anything done. And although life will keep going, you will feel like you're being stuck and you're not moving because you're listening to all the overpowering thoughts and you're just sitting in one place, and that's just not good for you. So this is from Mel Robbins, and if you guys don't know who Mel Robbins is, she is a well-renowned like author, entrepreneur, speaker, all that good stuff. And so she pretty much talked about the 5-second rule, and what that is that whenever you are feeling like you're in a funk or you're about to transition and the change may feel scary, give yourself 5 seconds, and then after that just keep it moving, meaning moving on, so that you won't give your thoughts time to be in this hole and then you don't get anything done. So however you like to make a decision or however long it takes you to make a decision, just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, if it's anything longer than 5 seconds, or if you can do 3 seconds, whatever is best for you, I really think that that'll help, because again, the longer we sit in these thoughts, and the longer it'll take us to really put forth action, and in turn, that's not going to be good for anybody, because there are people waiting on you to do the thing that you need to do. Okay, so I had to really like take that in and understand that there are blessings for people that are attached to me. So me showing up, me being the person that's breaking the mold, or stepping out of her comfort zone, whatever it is, that's helping other people like in my family see that when you step out on faith and when you do what you are really called and drawn to do, that's going to open up doors for you, which means that you are moving past fear. I know personally, my little brother told me that as of recently he wanted to be on YouTube, and he looks up to people like me. And you guys, when I tell y'all, that really touched my soul, because when I tell y'all that made me feel so good, that as much as I was afraid to be on YouTube and start a business, I was worried about what people were going to think, I overthought the opinion of others. Okay, I would have never been someone that my brother looked up to now. So I say all that to say, my friends, when it comes to overthinking, understand that it is not helping you, but it is hurting you. All right, good people, so now let's move on to the Q&A part of today's video. I'm going to be reading some questions that you guys asked me on Instagram, so let's get started. So the first question is, what are some ways you remain focused when you feel like giving up? Child. So there's a few things I do that I've learned I have to keep doing to stay focused. I feel like when it comes to staying focused, it's sometimes hard to find your groove and really get in that beat, right? So for me, I disconnect. Okay, and when I say disconnect, like I will put my phone in my room and like work and play like some music. If I'm not editing and to where I need to hear something, I'll just play music. It's honestly for me, my phone. My phone is a distraction. I'm not even gonna lie to you, okay? I have to work on not seeing my distractions, and so I put my phone in my room when I'm working, and to be honest, it has been helping me tremendously. So if you're like in this part where you can't focus, try to see what it is that you're really like using your energy for, if it's social media, if it's your phone, things like that, and then remove those distractions, because that is something that helps, especially for someone who overthinks and who is on her phone all the time. That has been helping me. Okay, so the next one says, what inspired you to create content? I got inspired by creating content by seeing a lot of women do it before me. So watching the big influencers now, like Jackie Ina, Raven Elise, like just women who I felt like I could relate to. When I start seeing them really sharing their life and how they were so vulnerable, to be willing to be vulnerable with people that they never met, okay, that inspired me. I also used to dance as well, so I got a history of like performing and being on stage, and so I felt like talking to a camera would be the equivalent of being on stage, and so that's what inspired me. And I'm honestly always inspired. I like feeling inspired because it does help me get out of my rut. But other than the influencers and just having that performance history of dancing, that's pretty much it, child. I just wanted to do it too because I knew I was gonna be good at it. Okay, so the last question is, what are tips for getting back into doing YouTube after not filming for a while? So this is a really good question, and I know that when it comes to making content, number one, let me just say this: making content is not always easy. There are times where you can have so much go wrong in the video. You might have your clip disrupt, honey. It's just a lot. Honestly, it can be so much dealing with knowing what to put into content. But I would just say, as far as a tip and getting back on being on YouTube, it has to be something that you want. So find what it is that you want to get out of YouTube. If that's making extra money, if that's really getting the recognition from the brands, if that's building an online community. A lot of people start channels because they don't have like siblings. They may just want like a collective group of people that share the same ideas and mindset. And so you have to find out what's going to be your way to pull people in. What are you drawn to as a creator and having that creative mindset? Okay, so that would be my tip, is to kind of know what place you have and what presence you want to bring when it comes to your YouTube channel. All right, good people, so that's it for today's video about overthinking, honey, and how we have to just really knock that out of our lives. On top of the Q&A, thank y'all so much for leaving me some questions. I really like this, so if y'all want to keep doing this, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you think about overthinking and if you have suffered and struggled from this, child, and you are over it, okay? But as always, y'all, don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and always choose yourself first, and I'll be back in my next video. Bye, y'all.